Okay, there's one function I want to take a minute and explore. It's called the greatest integer function. And it's generally notated this way. Now, let's suppose, so let's just think of, let me show you a few values that this function generates, and I'll show you where we get them. So, for example, f of 2, well, that would just be 2, okay? Now, f of 2.1, it would also be 2. Now, here's where I can talk about what this function does. What the greatest integer function does is it takes a function, like or a value, like 2.1, and it goes to the greatest integer less than or equal to that value. In other words, it goes to the left until it hits an integer. So 2.1, if we go to the left, the first integer we come to is 2. So that's the value of this function. F of 2.9, still, we go to the left and we hit a 2. It's the greatest integer less than or equal to this number. Okay? It's the integer to the left. That's another way to think about it. Now, if we have f of negative 2, well, that would just be negative 2. Now, you have to be careful with the negative numbers because f of negative 2.1 would not be negative 2. Remember, you're moving to the left, and the first integer you come to, well, if you're at negative 2.1 and you move to the left, you're not going to come to negative 2, you're going to come to negative 3. So you have to really be careful on these when you're dealing with the negative numbers. So let's think about this. Let's think about values between 5 and 6 here. How would that look? Well, any value in here between 5 and 6 is just going to give you a 5. It's going to give you something up here. So f of 5 would be 5. F of 5.1 would be 5. And it would look something like this. It would just be a horizontal line, but right here at 6, f of 6 is not 5. It's 6, so it jumps up here. Now, we use this interval between 5 and 6 to explore how this function behaves. But we could, it would be true for all these intervals between the integers. Okay, like this. So this is the greatest integer function, and sometimes you'll see that this will be referred to, you'll have a problem with this particular function in it. So it's worth exploring.